In late November 2017, this small group from Ontario, Canada, traveled to the small village of San Lorenzo in Puerto Rico to bring a message of hope. To understand how this mission was born, we only have to watch a minute of news coverage from just weeks earlier.
The first pictures now coming in from Puerto Rico after taking a direct hit. 150-mile-an-hour winds ripping buildings apart, knocking out power everywhere amid fears of more massive flooding to come.
Roofs peeled from buildings, debris flying, structures collapsing. Up to 30 inches of rain in some areas, engulfing whole neighborhoods. The emergency management director saying the entire island is destroyed. Many of these homes not built to withstand any hurricane, let alone a Category 4.
There is not a corner of this island that has not been devastated.
This used to be part of the bridge that has now completely collapsed in the force of Hurricane Maria's wind. This town now completely isolated.
This town has no electricity, no running water, and no telecommunications. I meet Julia Rivera. She shows me what the storm did to her house. Rivera's home for the last 49 years. The house where she raised her children has been ruined.
It's a massive reconstruction job and probably, I'm afraid to say, a change of life for people here for the years ahead. This has been a devastating blow.
Hope Agua Vita is a humanitarian response to the disaster, and the team reacted quickly to organize the November triage mission to assess what the needs were.
The first thing we noticed flying into San Juan is the contrast between the lush green of the nearby mountains and the blue tarps on so many roofs. As a builder that understands building science, I had a very good idea of the damage these tarps represent, both to the crippled structure and to the shattered lives of the people who call these buildings home. Our mission is one of hope, to help people to stand proud and regain a sense of security, to give them hope for their future and their children.
A major part of the mission was to involve the villagers in the assessment, teaching them how to rebuild their future.
We asked for a few residents to volunteer to help us assess the damage to their village. The next morning, we met our volunteers. We began at the school. One building had the roof completely destroyed. It had the classrooms for music, science, English, and IT. The school, like the village, does not have electricity. The greenhouse was damaged and there's no money for new mesh, cover, or even seeds. After the school, we began a house-by-house assessment. The very first home was fully contaminated with deadly toxic mold, some of the worst I've ever seen. The homeowner was still living above this toxic, ticking time bomb. It was very sad and she was quite ill from it.
All these contents have to get out of here. You don't want to start tearing this down, contaminating the contents that are in the room. So these need to get out of here. This needs to be cleaned properly, and then everything can come back into this room.
The second home had lost its roof and it was also fully contaminated.
We've condemned this home. It can't be lived in until we fix it. See all the mold? The ceiling's gone, the roof's caved in, this is their bed, so this is what's left of this home. This home is easy to repair, and it might be only maybe $4,000 to $5,000 to do it. We need to put a new roof on.
The level of destruction was even higher than the team imagined, but the positive reaction from the village to the Hope mission firmed up the team's commitment to return in February to start the rebuilding. They would need to raise funds, recruit a team of volunteer tradespeople, and plan to help as many as donated resources would allow.
It needs a complete clean. It needs to be the bacteria and the mold removed, washed away, and then the family can regain their home. So that's why we're here.
The villagers would continue to assess homes in the coming weeks with the new knowledge they had gained, while the Hope Agua Vita team was back in Canada planning, recruiting, and fundraising. Hope Agua Vita returned to San Lorenzo for their first rebuild mission in late January, reconnecting with their local assessment team, and with 12 volunteers from Canada and only 5 mission days, they wasted no time getting to work.
This wall is it's going to be full of mold. We're not going to leave it, okay?
The mission had a broad set of goals for the week, constructing both wood frame roof systems to withstand hurricane winds, restoring concrete roof systems, and most importantly, training the locals in advanced building techniques that they had never seen.
Right in the edge, and then it will drop onto our new flashing we're going to make, and the water's coming away from the house.
That would result in hurricane-resilient homes. With the amount of destruction that the island experienced, a big part of achieving the ability to scale up the size of future missions is gaining the support of building industry companies, thereby bringing gold standard products to ensure best outcomes. Before the call even went out for such partners, Henry Company came aboard, bringing their leading-edge products and processes and a passion to be a teaching partner.
You're not just putting a resistant on it, you're actually waterproofing.
Once that's off, we let the roof dry and then put the new product on top. It's good for 20 years.
As other companies are approached to partner in this manner for the next, much larger mission in May, their expertise and product excellence will mean that many more people's lives can be rebuilt.
Por ahí cae agua. Por aquí cae agua.
The team found this elderly couple that were still traumatized by the hurricane. Hope team members, along with village volunteers, cleaned up their home, bought them a new bed, and fixed their concrete roof to give them a fresh, dry start.
Eso fue una bendición de Dios.
This really represents the gift that Hope Agua Vita supporters are giving.
You only stay just slightly ahead of the person pushing it down.
For the people of Puerto Rico that work alongside the mission team, they unlock their potential to carry on the rebuilding when the mission team leaves, and until they return on the next mission.
For Hope Agua Vita, I would like to extend a tremendous thank you for the support from donors, companies, volunteers, the island's politicians and benefactors who teamed up with our response for the people of San Lorenzo so far. We've only just begun this rebuilding journey, and none of it would be possible without you. We welcome you to join with us for our next mission.